Alright, mic is on. Oh, I was gonna show you the video real quick. Good thing I can't get copyrighted for videos like this because you guys can't see it. You'll probably be able to hear it, but
Of Clifford.
Yeah.
I'm not playing with you. See, now you're getting misunderstood. This is not a rap battle. This is not an ad. This is a motherfucking comedy show. And be clear, if I want to make jokes about something, I'll make jokes about something. Absolutely. No, you're not going to tell me to shut the fuck up and my shit. This is my shit. Be very clear. This is my No, it ain't. It's not.
This must have been a while back though, because you see them locks was hella little.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen or heard about this before.
Yeah, you could tell this was like old though, cause his locks is little.
I think that was that around the time when he was doing stand up?
He's still doing stand up.
Oh, he do?
Mhm.
Didn't know.
He still do stand up.
I thought he would sit his ass down.
I don't know how. I don't know how, it's been going for him. I know that they just came off a Ha Ha Mafia tour. I think last year or this year.
Oh.
But I don't know how well the comedy's been going. I haven't seen anybody post any highlights on the social media realm.
Surprised he hasn't been posting anything.
He probably has, but I don't know if I follow T.I. on Instagram anymore.
I think I do.
Honestly, I'm kind of starting to like kick certain celebrities out of my Instagram following just because I don't keep up with their work anymore. So it's kind of like, what's the point?
That sucks. So that kind of sucks.
Well, some of them are just getting the boot just because because I don't like the term fan. I'm not a fan of people. I'm inspired by people, or I fuck with their work. So I guess, I don't know, I don't know, because I don't like the term fan. I don't know why I don't really like that.
I'm a stan.
Ain't nothing wrong with the term fan, I guess. There's nothing wrong with that term. I just think I don't really like saying it because I'm more of a supporter of my people. That's what it is. I'm more of a supporter of the people. So if I don't support your work in current time, like if it's been some years since the last time I supported your work, I probably shouldn't be following you then. So, which reminds me, I need to go back through and cut off some more people. Dang.
Some people getting a snip.
Yeah, it's not like they're going to miss me anyway. They got millions of fans. They're not going to give a damn about me leaving.
They're going to DM you like, why'd you go? No.
They're not going to miss me. They're going to be like,
follow me. If you follow me, I'll follow back.
Now, I mean, of course, if they like lost 2 million followers and then I was 2,000,001, they might be like, what the? But it's not like they knew I was following them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. These people don't know we follow them in the first place half the time. Unless they follow you back. That's usually the only way that they know that you follow each other. Like, I got one person, well, more than one. I got one person that I actually personally know that I follow on Instagram that's considered a celebrity that knows they follow me on Instagram. Because we follow each other on all of the social media platforms. And one I know personally.
I was surprised. Well, the person that follows me, and he was like every now and then he looks at my stories. He's not necessarily a celebrity, like big celebrity, but he works like on Drink Champs, and I think he's a DJ. Hazardous Sounds, shout out.
The guy with the beard and the egghead?
No, that's DJ ENF. But Hazardous Sounds, I think he does like their sound for Drink Champs or whatnot.
Oh.
Like,
he's their mic guy. He's their audio guy.
But he does some other things besides for Drink Champs. That's what I know him for. But
I was talking about the egghead dude with the perfectly lined up beard all the time.
Nah. DJ EFN.
His beard be lined up a lot.
Cuban Pete.
Yeah, that beard be crispy. I don't know who keep them in order, but that beard be crispy.
Speaking of beards, I was watching a video, Jim Jones and Mike Epps. And I was like, why does Jim Jones always have that 5 o'clock shadow?
Because he usually keep his little scruffy beard.
Like, he always has that 5 o'clock shadow.
He got little pinches of a beard. Like, he don't never fully grow his beard out. He just do like a couple pinches. And then when it get too long, he have him cut it all the way off and keep a little 5 o'clock shadow. Then the pinches of beard will grow back. I don't know either. Chrissy like it, so she ain't left him. So clearly she like it, so I love it. In other news, yeah, some people don't, like I said, these celebrities don't care if we unfollow them no way. I literally have to be the last follower of their clan for them to be like, don't leave me, girl. Other than that,
I knew it was coming.
Other than that, they're not gonna be leaving. They not gonna care. They can care less. But with that, welcome to With Your Old Ass Podcast. So my young old ass and my co-host here bring you life discussions, topic of opinions. Welcome to With Your Old Ass Podcast. My young old ass and my co-host here bring you life discussions, difference of opinions, and we checking in on mental health and the well-being of our others. I still fucked it up.
I'm gonna get you them little clackers too.
What? I have been your host, Tay Nicole.
I'm your co-host, Pac Manley.
And together we are
With Your Old Ass Podcast.
Welcome to With Your Old Ass Podcast. My young old ass and my co-host here bring you topics of discussions, life discussions, difference of opinions, and we checking in on mental health and the well-being of our guests when they here. Now, if you allow my young old ass and my co-host here to borrow your ears for a minute, we gladly appreciate it. Because I am your host, Tay Nicole.
And I'm your co-host, Pac Manley.
And we are
With Your Old Ass Podcast.
I missed the whole handshake up. I don't know how I just messed her handshake up.
She made it.
What's crazy is, you know why I forgot it? Because I was watching
you start thinking of your gang handshakes. No,
I'm weak. No. Whose podcast was I watching last night before I passed out?
T-Pain? No, that was on when I came in.
I forget. I was watching somebody else's pod and they were doing a handshake, almost what I accidentally almost did. Because I don't want to steal nobody's handshake. I was doing it. I was like, that's a dope handshake, low key. And then, damn, who was it? I wish I could remember who it was I was watching. But yeah. Speaking of what I'll be watching DeVal and Kadeem's Ellis Ever After. And one of the latest episodes of theirs that I had watched was about her dad, who he suffered a stroke. I didn't get to fully watch it because I passed out, but they were talking about how the stroke saved his life. And it's crazy.
That's a great thing to say.
But
good thing
basically, it was like it helped shape his lifestyle a little bit. I'm gonna go back and watch it in full depth because I was half asleep and definitely passed out. That's probably what I was watching. That's probably their handshake that I remember. But I need to watch it in full because it's crazy. Because when you read their book, We Over Me, the beginning is just literally talking about how they met each other and how they they wanted to be together, and Kadeem really wanted DeVal. Well, it wasn't as if DeVal didn't want Kadeem either, but it was more like you get this implemented. She wanted her man, and she was gonna get her man, right? And it's just crazy because that kind of leads into today's topic of discussion a little bit, just a tad bit. And I'm going to explain to y'all why. But, in the book, she was talking about how the setting that they were in, it wasn't necessarily a male versus female type of situation. It was more of a, school setting, school events. But in the presence of DeVal and DeVal's brother, she was kind of shy and timid, if you will. So that's why I said it kind of leads into today's, topic of discussion. But before we get into the topic of discussion, I do want to do a quick little check-in. Can you dig me? Pac, how have you been, buddy?
Yeah,
Don't be flicking my pat off.
I wasn't flicking your pad. I noticed some.
I know, I'm just
put
missing.
you put some lint on me.
I ain't put no lint on you. That was already there when I patted you.
Nah, I don't know. I it's that time of year where I kind of get in my feelings a little bit.
Why is that?
With my birthday approaching and getting older and
Why you get sad?
my parents not being here and
Oh, that part is definitely the sad part.
It's I kind of sometimes, especially it's not when I'm here, it's not when I'm home, but it's more at work when I'm roaming the hallways or doing whatever I'm doing. Listening to music kind of get caught stuck in my head and get a little down. So that's
Well, I understand that.
like I said, it's around that time of year where
I started getting a little
yeah, it gets a little.
I can understand that.
I start going down that little spiral.
Yeah.
But I eventually come out. But other than that,
I know that feeling.
Minus the BS, life's great.
You know what? I know that feeling because May is like that, September is like that, and October is like that. Those 3 months are some of the hell. June is like that too. Let me June, May, June, September, and October. Those months are really some hard months to like. Don't get me wrong, I lost a lot of loved ones whose months mean something, but those 4 months are really hard because of the people who were in that time frame, if you will. So I definitely understand that.
It's not also my parents, but being away from some of my closest people, and
I get that.
me being in this city, and most of my closest people are back in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like my cousin D, he hit me up the other day.
Yeah.
And was like, like I ran into your stepbrother the other day. I told him I'd call you. So I called you and I just wanted to hear your voice. I'm like, oh, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah. I get the birthday thing though, because almost every year without fail, I cry on my birthday.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm.
I ain't gonna cry though. I ain't no punk bitch.
I ain't no punk bitch. I ain't no punk bitch either.
No, I'm just playing.
But no, it never fails though. In all honesty, every year on my birthday, especially if I'm a little, I cry. And like I'll be having a good time. I'm talking about a grand time, turned up. Woo! One thing trigger, and it's just over with, without fail. For the past decade, I've done that. It's a dang shame. Actually, it's not a shame, but it without fail, every year. And it's usually on my birthday, ain't it? Or when I'm celebrating my birthday, either one. It's either right on my birthday or what on the day I'm really celebrating my birthday, and it's I feel that's why I said I feel you. But in other news, I'm doing great.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I can finally say it now. I got another job. And
cat's out of the bag.
I finally let go of the other one. It was time. It was time. It was time to let it go.
Sometimes you just gotta move on. If you're not happy,
honestly, like that time away from there really put in perspective that it was time for me to really go, because the happiness I felt. I still said the same. Twice in a row said the wrong word. I felt like a different me. I felt more comfortable. I felt more confident. I felt more realistic about life. Hell, it didn't feel like I was waking up to torture. You know what I mean? Like, only benefit is being at home for that job. That was the only benefit. Is I got to be at home. And then as I've paid attention to that really wasn't a benefit either, because I felt like I was torturing my own home. Like I didn't have anywhere to go to vent because I was already home. You know, typically when your job pisses you off, you're supposed to go home and forget about work. It's kind of hard when you walk past your goddamn office every day. As soon as you don't even like, you don't even want to leave your room because your office is in your damn dining room, or your office is right there in your face. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, we're not trying to make this episode a Debbie Downer, but this is just, you know, a testament to people. This is gonna be my advice to people. If something is not working for you, let it go. Because the more you hold on to something that's not working for you and stressing you out, the more it's killing you. The more it's drowning you. The more it's depleting you. And on God, this job was depleting me. It was draining me. And no matter how much I felt like I explained that to people, only one person understood. The rest of them can give a damn. I mean, mental health was just.
So, with that said, would you want to work from home still?
50-50.
Okay, I get it.
I would still be okay with being able to be at home. Cause I'm gonna keep it real. We gonna keep it real. On my cycle, I don't want to be outside the house.
Ooh, she kept it real.
I'd rather be in the house on this thing because it's uncomfortable being around people. And ladies, y'all know it's not a comfortable experience that your body's going through, and to be around the public during it. I get it. We gotta be big girls, put our big girl caps on, and this is why this is gonna be great for the topic of discussion, because we had to put our big girl caps on. You know what I mean? But 50-50. If I could do like 3 days home, 2 days in office 1 week, 3 days in office, 2 days at home the next week, like if I could alternate like that, I think I'd be happy. Because to me, it'll give me comfortability and flexibility. So like if 1 week I'm supposed to be in the office 3 days a week, I can literally work Monday, Tuesday. Hell, I can do Monday, Tuesday, Friday in the office, because it'll give me a reason to be out the house on a Friday and not stuck in here and be like, oh, because I'm in the house, I don't gotta go do nothing. It'll give me an opportunity to get out and even go to the gym on a Friday. For me, Wednesday and Thursday would be the best to stay home, mainly because I have to edit videos on that day. I have to do stuff on Wednesday and Thursdays, so it'd be easier for me to stay home because I can get it done. And then if I want to go, if I decide to go when I'm going to go. But when I go to the gym, I won't have to rush back home. I don't go to the gym on Mondays, and it's off and on Tuesdays, depending on if I do or don't go. You know, but the only downside is now with my job, they offer gyms. So he owns a gym, so which means now it's like, do I want to work out there 3 days a week and come home 2 days a week so I can always go to the gym? Because I'm sad I just paid for my goddamn Planet Fitness membership, so I gotta keep it. I'm gonna keep it until the rest of this year. I'm gonna just pay for it for these last 2 months and then cancel it January, unless you want to use it.
We'll see.
We'll see. But
I need to get into the gym. I like on my way to work.
Do a $10 one.
Yeah, on my way to work, I just realized that I would pass the gym for the hospital every day.
Y'all got a gym?
Mm-hmm.
Is it free to y'all?
No.
Oh, you gotta pay for it?
You gotta pay membership, but like everything else comes out your check. It's not that much. But I just realized.
Sign up.
Yeah, I just realized, I was like, oh, they go to the gym right there. But then again, like I still gotta find out like the actual gym hours.
Oh, so you can know if it's even feasible for you to go to the gym.
Yeah, because it's like I don't want to go before work and then go to the gym before work, come home, take a shower, even though it's not that far from the house.
It's just the idea of it, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like it'd be better if I can go there,
especially until you get into the consistency rhythm of actually being in the gym and getting your body conditioned. I get it.
Yeah, like being after work, that'd work a whole lot better for me.
Yeah,
because it'll tire you out, even though work should already be tiring you out.
Cause it tired me out, boy. I be.
Mine don't.
Any advice or anything else you want to mention about the check-in? I know we kind of went a little far in the check-in. Sorry, y'all. Nothing.
Drink water.
That's his advice. Drink water.
Drink water. Mind your business. I know I say that every week.
Drink water. Mind your business. You live longer.
Yeah. I don't really necessarily.
Hakuna Matata.
I don't necessarily get people that be like, I don't drink water. It's like your body's made of 75% of water. Why would you not want to replenish that?
Some people overdo it.
You know, one of the most powerful things on this planet is water.
Amen. Anything else for him? No. Probably not.
I'm not going to say it on camera.
He got nothing else for y'all. That's okay.
I do. You can send my birthday gifts too. Right here. It'll be right up underneath me. No, I'm playing.
I'm weak. Well, I think that was a check-in.
Do you have any advice for the people?
I gave him advice.
What, to drink water, live longer?
No, remember I said
yeah.
He forgot already, y'all.
I'm sorry. It's been a rough one for me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it's been a rough one for you, buddy.
And with that saying that, something don't feel right, let it go. I'm out of here. No.
I'm dead. Well, with that being said, what are we getting ready to jump into today, Pac?
Topic of discussion.
What's today's topic of discussion?
Ooh. I know what it is, but I just don't want to say it incorrectly. So how about you take the reins on that there? Okay, it is.
It's over there if you need it.
That's far. Gee golly. Oh. You really, you don't want to...
Because you usually say it. Equality in male... Okay, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Equality in a male versus female setting, or a woman or a female versus male setting.
So it's equality in male setting versus female setting. That's the easy way to say it. And what we mean by that is basically what it says.
I got the notebook now. I got all the power.
No, you
it's
don't.
My show.
Anyway, so with that being said, in a male setting, when we say in a male setting, we mean like predominantly men, and you maybe a few women, right? And we're saying what's the level of equality, like how much respect or how many boundaries is typically crossed in a female's presence when they're around men, and vice versa. How many boundaries, or where's the respect line in an all-female setting with a few labels of men? Now this can be old school and new school perspectives because times have changed. We're coming from a time where back in the day, women were to be seen, not to be heard. Meaning that if it was nothing but men in that house, that woman was to do what she needed to do and go on about her business. She was treated like one of the kids, if you will. Because y'all know back in the day how, as kids, when grown folks was talking, shh.
Shut the...
Or go on. You know what I mean? So, in today's time, and don't get me wrong, back in the day they had a female thing. Women had their book clubs and things that men weren't invited to, and if they were there, they were supposed to be what? Seen but not heard. So it was just that it was more talked about that men had that mentality, but women had it too back in the day. Nowadays, it seems like it doesn't matter what the setting is. Male or female, primarily male, primarily female, doesn't matter. If you in that group, you're a part of that group. That's how I see it now. Because I could be in a group full of men and they treat me like one of the homies. Unless they like me. Then they treat me like they like me, and it's creepy. I'm just playing. But and it's the same thing with men. If a man is in a group full of women, they gonna treat him like he one of the girls.
He gonna get called girl all the time. Girl.
Yeah, like it happens.
Bitch, listen to what I said. No.
Well, I don't go that far. But when I be on the phone with him or my brother sometimes, I be like, girl, I'm like, sorry. I'm so sorry. You are not a girl. But I think what it is because the dynamic of a male setting versus female setting, the male setting is starting to become a female setting almost. Because females back in the day, they were almost accepting to all. Don't get me wrong, men, like I said, men still could be seen, but just not to be heard. Meaning, like, it was okay for a man to be sitting around a bunch of women. They didn't have to get up and excuse themselves and leave the room. But see, back in the day, women did. Men in there watching the game, women wasn't supposed to be around. That's why it's so, as time progressed, it was so weird to see girls drinking burr and watching the game.
Yeah. And I think with the topic that, so at my job, I am kind of, I'm not gonna say the only male, but like my shift and my
Your crew, your group,
yeah, our crew, our manager
your
or
shift.
managerial shift crew, it's more women than there is males.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I have been kind of trained or groomed. I don't know if groomed would be the right
I
one,
wouldn't say groom.
but trained to handle, that type of setting because there's more women in my family than there are males.
That makes sense because it's more men in my family than it is women.
So I've always had, been one of the only males around a lot of females and whatnot. So,
And I think that's what it kind of came down to when you think about it, because when we grew up, a lot of times it was either you were around nothing but women as a boy, or you was around a mix of people. And then for girls, either you were around a bunch of men, or you were around a mix of people. Um, Out of my grandmother's grandkids, it was way more boys than it is girls. Now the great grandkids, it's a big ass mix. So them kids are around a mixture. Is almost 50-50. And I think it might be 50-50. Because it's a way more great grandkids than it is us. I think they done already surpassed us about the triples damn near. Because it's a lot of them. Oh, Jesus. But it kind of makes sense. It was a lot of us. So it kind of makes sense why it's a lot of them now.
so it was a lot of y'all and they multiply.
And then my sister multiplying like it ain't nobody's multiplication.
What?
I love you, boo. Don't take offense when I say that, sweetheart.
Said what ain't nobody multiplication. I'm sorry.
My brother, whatever. I'll leave it be. I ain't got none. They got all the kids. And that includes even the other side. They got kids too. Them two over there got collectively got 7 or 8. And then these two over here got 8. So I got 16 plus nieces and nephews. Half of them I know, half of them I don't. Well, I ain't gonna do it. 2 of them I kind of know. The rest of them, But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Being in a male setting for me kind of toughened me up a little bit. It made me be able to see a male's perspective a little bit more clear and not always assume the worst about men. I think that's the benefit of me being in a male settings, and being allowed into their settings, because instead of them saying you a girl gone, instead they let me around them. My brother and my cousins, they all were always comfortable with me being around. They like I said, treated me like I was one of the guys, which kind of helped me. And don't get me wrong, I know people think that sounds weird, and people probably feel like that would influence my dressing. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you can ask my mama. I've always wanted to dress comfortable. I never liked skirts. I never liked dresses. That was not my thing. Don't get me wrong, I put it on and I kill it because I look good. However, it was not my. It's not. I'm not comfortable in that. I'm not comfortable. Still a lady, but just not comfortable. And I feel like me being in a male setting allowed me to be me, unapologetically me, because the men didn't make me feel like I wasn't a girl because I wanted to play football or I wanted to play basketball or because I wanted to know what it was like to be a little bit tougher, and because I would fight a nigga. I will fight a nigga. I fought a grown man. Even if I'm a win or lose, I will fight a nigga. But that it doesn't overshadow the fact that I'm still a woman. I'm grateful that I got an experience of being around men and real men at that. Some of them are little fakers, but that's my takeaway of being in a male setting. Now, for you, you said you were in female settings.
Yes.
How do you think that helped mold and shape you?
Help me be a lot more patient.
Okay.
And to be understandable. I like, yeah.
Yeah, be understandable. Yeah.
Because
you are very patient.
There is, like, generally I'm a loner, and
we both, and that's crazy. We both are. Why
and like when I am around a bunch of guys,
mm-hmm.
I feel comfortable, but then again, I don't. It's always that male competition that always gets me.
Oh, you feel that alpha energy.
If that's what it is, that's what it is. But like you say something, somebody always want to try to one up you or something.
That alpha energy. People are always trying to be the
alpha. I just don't get it. Huh?
No, I was thinking. I was like, that's so true. Now I think about it, a lot of men do that.
Right. Like I don't get it. I don't participate in it. I don't necessarily like it. Yeah. But hey, if I say I got 2 grapes and you say, oh, I got 4, okay, I'm gonna leave that be. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, I'm gonna go get 6. Nah, okay, well, whoop-de-doo. Good for you. But yeah, it's I don't know, and then it made me feel a lot comfortable to be around women. Because growing up in high school, I had a female best friend. Other parts of my life, I had a female best friend, even though I did have male best friends. But the females, I felt a little bit more comfortable with the females.
You feel open?
Yeah, a lot more open. Even though, I do get open with my male best friends. But
pause.
Yeah, pause.
I'm just pleading. So here's the thing. That pause thing, I'm about to try to stop saying that because I'm grown. And just taking everything out of context sometimes it's funny at times. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's funny. I'm still gonna say it when I'm just trying to be funny. But when we're having serious conversations, I'm gonna try my best to stop saying pause because it don't always,
No, not necessary, but yeah, oh, sorry about that. Being around my female cousins, train me a little bit more better for life and a different outlook, than I say some males have. Don't get me wrong, my male cousins, they showed me a lot of things. A lot of things. Pause. No. I couldn't help it.
I knew you was gonna do that.
I couldn't help it at that.
But
with my female cousins,
it was a different vibe.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the female setting aspect of it, for me at least, because I'm a female, right? I felt equally yoked in both fields. I could be with my sister and kiki like the girls. I could be with my brother and dap it up like the bros. And my brother used to always say, I'm the best of both worlds. And he said, any man that dates you is going to be freaking blessed. And I said, why? He said, because you're not a normal female. You don't complain all the time unless something really pissed you off. He was like, you don't automatically just assume the worst about, a man, so to speak. Like, you give him the benefit of the doubt. You let him be himself. He can go play the game. You ain't all in his face trying to take away his time. Whatever it is that he want to do, you let him do. And I was like, never thought of it that way.
With that said, I'm out of here.
I'm weak. And if he did decide to get up, he decided to get up. I wouldn't be like, hey, you need to finish this episode.
Sorry. Couldn't hold that.
You think I would make you stay to do the episode?
Yes.
Why would I make you stay to do the episode?
I don't know. Because I made a commitment to do these episodes.
Well, that'd be you that just keep yourself. Because if you got up and left, I'll just go ahead and finish the show by myself. It is what it is.
That's it. I'm out of here.
I'm crying. Well, while he's taking a nap, guys. No, but I wouldn't. If you feel that way, that's not how that would work. I would not force you to. If you one day told me, hey, you might have to do a show by yourself, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you don't want to do the show with me no more. He knows that though. I don't know what he playing because he knows that. Like, I'm not gonna force you to do what you don't want to do. Have I ever forced you to do stuff you don't want to do?
I plead the fifth.
Have I?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, be real, because let me know.
But she said I had to do episode by herself. I'm gonna do episode by myself. I am the captain now.
I'm crying. But
oh snap! Dang it! I'm sorry.
It was already ripping.
Oh, okay.
It was already ripping. You okay? But I will say, the benefit to being in a all female circle was it did teach me my femininity. Is that the word? Femininity? My feminine side. It taught me my feminine side because for a while I really didn't think I had a feminine side. I was like, what the heck is that? I don't know what that is. Like, I just know basketball shorts, t-shirts, and a basketball. I know sports. I know creative writing. I know artistic stuff. But I have no idea what y'all talking about. This feminine shit. What is that? But being in a female setting, the only females I had was my mother, my sister, and my grandma. Because the rest of my female family members, I didn't trust. I didn't trust. Something about it was off. I'd be around them, but something about it was off. And I was like, if this is what female energy is, I don't want it. I don't want it. But being around men kind of helped me see how men see women differently. How they don't see all women as the same. Men do see, some, them little boys to me, but some men, of course, see women as this same group of bitches. Whereas you got most men who see women individually and differently. Whereas, like, women, growing up, you hear women say, all men are dogs, all men are this, all men are that. I got a up close view to the fact that not all men are the same, and they don't all think the same. You know what I mean? But that's the benefit of being in both of those worlds. Like he said, he got the best of both worlds, and where the being in an all male setting shaped me, the all female section or setting softened me, because I was rough and tough, baby, rough and tough. But that female setting started to shape me. And honestly, I didn't start finding my soft area until my third nephew was born. That's when I started finding a softer area, because I spent so much time with him. I'm talking about Mason, by the way. I spent so much time with him. It was like he was my child, because his mom went back to work, and me and her schedule was different. So when she would leave to take the older one to school, I'd have the two middle boys. But the baby, the baby boy, I literally had him since birth. Like, I was there from the time he came out, and all the way up until before he went to kindergarten. He was my baby, so he softened me a lot. That motherly instinct. That, don't get me wrong, I've always had a mama instinct, but he really gave me that. You know what I mean? But it's pros and cons to both the male and female setting. Because sometimes being in a male setting, because they know you a woman, I feel like sometimes they'll either hold back or they'll get ignorant. One of the two. And they'll do too much sometimes because you in they setting, so they trying to prove some of the alpha shit. Mm-hmm. And then in a female setting, bitches can get catty. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. That catty shit, I'm out of there. We got cats, but we don't need to be catty. Okay.
I,
I resign.
I used to have a saying. It was like back in high school. It was like all my homeboys pretty much either they dropped out or took the GED test so they can get out of high school. And I was one of the only like male friends still left. So it was a bunch of like my god sister and her friends and stuff. I'd be around people like, why are you hanging around all them? Because I'd be like, don't take this the wrong way. You know, niggas can be bitches, so I hang around bitches.
Touche. Touche. Because when niggas get to acting like bitches, I might as well go around the bitches too.
And it's a lot more juicier.
The tea be hot. The tea be hot with the girls. But you know what it is? It's because we know how to deliver the tea. Men don't know how to deliver the tea. Right. Y'all be loud. Y'all don't even tell the story with drama. Y'all don't tell it with theatrics. Y'all just be straight to the point. Hey man, did you hear about Joe ass? This dude, man. Y'all say that a lot too. Man, this dude, man, listen, this dude, bruh. He dropped a quarter on the ground and picked it up. Let a girl tell that story. Bitch. Listen. First of all, Joe had them knock knees, too high of a tube socks. But why he drop a quarter, bend over to pick it up, and girl, cheeks spread gas out. I was disgusted by what I saw. And then I'm like, who bends over to pick up a quarter? Bend at the knees. You see what I'm saying? Yes, a little extra.
Yeah, definitely man ain't going to be talking about the way another man bend over.
No, I know y'all not. But I'm just giving an example. Like, girls, we'll go into the tea and make it juicy. Y'all just get straight to the point. He dropped the quarter, picked it up. We talking about the knock knees, the long tube socks. We gonna say why you bend over to pick it up instead of squatting, because everybody know you're supposed to squat and not bend over. Keep your back straight, keep your posture right. But anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. Now that y'all kind of have an understanding, a great understanding of the topic of discussion and our, layout of the being in this setting versus that setting, is there more you want to add to this? Or do you want to jump into difference of
We're
opinion?
going to jump right into difference of opinion.
So let's jump into difference of opinion, which if you guys don't know, you should know by now, but if you don't know, difference of opinions where we spend the next 3 to 5 minutes talking strictly about the topic, anything that we missed or anything that we want to elaborate on, or just an opinion on how we feel, or vice versa, if you will. If you prefer to be in a female setting versus a male setting, and so forth and so forth. Pac.
Well, with that said, I prefer to be in a mixed setting.
Okay.
Just a mixture of both genders. It gets a little bit more fun that way. Because being around men too long, you start to those little alpha things start to, there's nothing wrong with it, but they start to seep out a little bit, and then when you around ladies a little bit, you get a little, I'm just playing, but you gotta you gotta keep a nice, well balanced. Everything has to be balanced in life, so being around, like I said, being around, growing up with my cousins, there's times I would spend with my male cousins, and there'd be times I spend with just me and my female cousins, and there was nothing wrong with it. Hell, kind of learned how to braid hair a little bit.
But he don't braid.
I don't, because it's terrible. I know the process of it, but it also, you can pick up some good things and good traits, and see life in a different type of view than some people that just have, just that one focus. And it's also, I feel it's also good, for females, like she was saying, to not always think, all niggas is dogs. All dudes are, ain't shit and this, that, and the third. Even though males say same things too about females. It's not. It's not everybody. Is not that way. It's just maybe the people, the company you keep that is that way might have something to say about you. That's another topic for another day.
Amen.
But yeah, I like to keep it balanced, and I do appreciate to all my male and female cousins out there I grew up with, for the stuff that you guys taught me. Some of it I use in life, and some of it just got pushed to the side because there's no use for it. But I do appreciate all the. I don't say it enough. Pretty sure if y'all watching this, I do. I appreciate y'all. On another note,
you done?
yeah.
Okay. It's a tough one for me because I'm 50-50 agreeing with being in a mixed crowd, but then the older I'm getting, the more I don't want to be around none of you motherfuckers.
I didn't know that was an option.
No,
I'm sorry. I mean that.
No, you good. Just the older I'm getting, the more, and maybe the mixed crowd is where I'm probably gonna say I have to lean more towards, but a mixed crowd of selectives. Because the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing that being in an all male crowd, where it did help me, it also hindered me. Because I didn't find out who I was and what I liked and found comfortability in my sexuality until I got older. Mainly because I was such a hard shell that I felt like I had to be that way with everybody. Um, and it's no secret my first relationship didn't didn't go. Didn't go. It just didn't go. Um, and the second one, same thing. Um, but as I look at my track record of how now don't be wrong, I'm still the same person. I've just learned how to be soft and when I'm supposed to be soft. I learned my vulnerability, and that's gonna be another good topic. We ain't gonna get into that yet. But being in a mixed crowd has its perks and it has its downfalls. Being in a mixed crowd can strengthen a person because you get all perspectives in one room, but it can also deplete a person because it can make you lose hope in humanity depending on the crowd you're in. So a lot of times, yes, you just have to be selective with your crowd, but it's hard to be selective with your crowd if you don't, know everybody yet. So you kind of got to mix and mingle. Growing up, being in an all male setting had a hold on me for years, which is why I say it had its perks and it had its cons because I didn't know who I was. You know, um, I didn't realize that, you know, I used to think that I liked sports because I wanted to like sports. That's what I thought. I used to think I liked football because I wanted to like football. I grew to learn like it now. Now that I'm older, I realize I did grow to like it over time. But if I'm being completely honest, if I would have never been introduced to sports by the men I was around, probably never would have watched the shit. Probably would have never picked up or watched the football. But because at a young age I was introduced to it, not by the women, but by the men I was around. So by the time I was 6 years old, 6, 7 years old, I'm a big fan of Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers before I knew it. Now, granted, I didn't pick the teams these motherfuckers liked. I did pick my own team, but I didn't fall into it because it was natural. I fell into it because that's what the guys I was hanging around were watching. I wanted to be able to have something to talk to them about because they not gonna talk to me about Barbie dolls. They don't play with Barbie dolls. Hell, I didn't play with Barbie dolls like that. I had to tell it to me. But then I go around the girls and I didn't have nothing to talk to the girls about. So I felt out of place. You know, the only thing I could do around the girls was crack jokes and braid their hair. That's the only thing I could do. You know, playing Barbie dolls with them. That wasn't a thing for me, you know. But then, like I said, as I got older, I started to come into who I was. Um, I really didn't find out who I was till I was like 21, 22. That's when I really found out who I really was. Um, and that had a good amount to do with being in that mixed crowd. It's just that I select my crowd now because you motherfuckers crazy. Can't trust you hoes. That's another reason why I can't be around you a full female crowd anyway, because I can't trust y'all. Y'all sneaky. Y'all some snakes. Don't get me wrong, men snakes too, but being a female in a male crowd, the most you gotta do is worry about them trying to plot on you to get that thing from you. You heard me? But being in a female crowd, you gotta worry about her intentions. If she trying to backdoor you, if she a true friend, if she a backstabber, if she scheming off the top, no, it's just too much. And
Or is she trying to get that thing from you?
or if she trying to get that thing from you. And I know it's in both settings. Don't get me wrong. I know men got to deal with that same thing. So sometimes mixing in the crowds be cool, but then y'all just do. I don't know. Humans is just trash. Y'all trash.
Just throw the whole experiment
Throw the
away.
whole experiment in the trash. Cause y'all just, you know what I'm saying? That was my difference of opinion, by the way. We in the final thought at this point. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just trash. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop.
Yeah, it's not that everybody's trash, you know. Like you
No,
said, that's why you got to, pick your people.
Humans can be the most disgusting, vile creatures on this earth. I would befriend a dog before I'd befriend some of you people. I would befriend a fish that I just caught and I'm about to fry before I befriend y'all. Cause y'all don't. Sometimes y'all just don't have common sense. Y'all don't have respect. Y'all
Empathy.
don't.
I said empathy.
Definitely don't have no empathy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to carry sympathy. Carry some empathy. You know what I mean? Because I get it. We ain't all went through the same thing in life, but y'all, well, and you know what made me realize humanity was trash? Because when I worked for the company I worked for, the phone calls that I would get and hearing those people say how the person before me treated them like crap, or how they're going through crap in their life right now and nobody wants to help them. And granted, I don't know the people from Can of Paint, so they could be lying. You know what I'm saying? They could be. But to consistently get calls of people saying they're going through something and and nobody's there to help them. Like this lady, I kid y'all not, this lady broke my heart. Her bill came out and she forgot to stop her automatic pay. So that money we took from her, she didn't have no more money left to pay for food. And she said her sisters, brothers, even her kids, nobody would fund her food for the next 2 weeks until she got paid. And when she said that, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that lady lived in the same state as us. I really, truly wanted, and I was like, I don't think they'll know I did it, but I really wanted to go take that lady some money to go get her some groceries, or go to her house, ask her what does she want from the grocery store, and go get it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the benefit of being in those mixed communities. Sometimes like I said, that soft side of me came from the female, but also too from the men too, because the men side, the men being in that male setting kind of showed me that men need softness. You know, men don't get that soft love. You know, for real. So I guess it gave me an insight to see the fact that y'all deserve to be soft and vulnerable people as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because men are always expected to be hard. Not, don't show your feelings. You got to be tough, rugged, be
Yeah.
able to do everything. You can open a biggest jar of pickles in the world. I don't know. I kind of would love that one, but that's how it was, and that's why, like I said, I keep saying I'm grateful for, the females in my family that let me know that you ain't got to be that. You ain't got to do that. Just be you. Whatever that is, be you.
No, for real. And
So,
Jerron, if you see this, you was my actual first male best friend. Jerron was my very first male best friend. We share the same last name, so I used to always call him my little brother. to this day, he's still my little brother.
He was very tall as hell.
He is tall. That boy is tall. Okay. And I used to tell him all the time, I don't care how tall you get, you're always gonna be my little brother. And honestly, being around him really made me have faith in people because he's such a good spirited person. He's good hearted person. And then also he taught me how to accept judgment from people because he's he go through the judgmental stages with folks. They've always done that to him. And watching him go through life and navigate life with no care in the world about how people see him, view him, think of him, it taught me that. That was a benefit of being in certain male settings is because that boy really showed me like, hey, we the same. You know what I'm saying? You're rough and around the edges, and I'm soft around the edges. Now he ain't soft, but to most men they would consider him a little bit softer because he's catering to
capital T soft. No, I'm playing with you, bro.
because he's catering to women. He's got a cater and nurture to women. He knows how to be a nurturer to women, and that came from him being in a female setting. And being around him definitely showed me that hey, people gonna judge, but you ultimately have to know you. And like I said, I really didn't feel comfortable with who I was until I was like 21, 22. Because I used to question all the time, like, am I being too tough? Am I not being a woman enough? Which is in turn what made me do stupid shit.
That's funny because I had I have a play uncle that basically years ago, seen him on the bus in Minnesota, and he was like, me and him sitting back talking.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, growing up, I always thought you would be gay. So
Damn.
like, huh? Why you say that? He's like, because you used to be around all the women all the time, and you was a little bit soft and da da da. I was like, huh? Like, see, that's why you can't sit back and one judge children before they
Facts.
discover themselves. But he's like, nah, I'm proud of the man you became to be.
Oh, because I'm straight.
Yeah,
That's what I would have said. I'd be like, because I'm straight.
I don't think I even went that route. It was just good hearing that from him because, like, he always was around, and I know that yawn, and
Mm-hmm.
he was always around, and he was one of the males that was always in my life because my real uncles all live down here.
Yeah.
So he was one of the main like
Figures. Yeah.
uncle figures in my life, and he went through his trials and tribulations and whatnot. So
Yeah. I don't know. I just
that was just
it's funny because I think I've said this to you before, but I used to ask my family that they think I was gonna be gay, and they all lied to my face. If you see this family, y'all all lied to my face, cause all of y'all talking about some no, we didn't think he was gonna be gay. Yes, y'all did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, and it's okay. This is siblings and parents included.
mm,
All of y'all thought I was gonna be gay,
mm.
and all y'all lied to my face and said no. The only one person who didn't lie to my face is my grandma. Cause I asked her. I said, Grandma, did you think I was gonna be gay? She said, yeah. And I would have still loved you the same, but yeah, I thought you was gonna be gay. I said, why? She said, cause you wanted to be around them boys. You wanted to be rough and tough all the time. She was
Wanted
like,
to play with He-Man and
you
stay
know,
with instead of She-Ra.
yeah. She was like, you just was so rough, and you didn't understand, your feminine energy. And she was like, but it took for me to get older and wiser, and to have a granddaughter like you to understand that sometimes not all girls are the same. That some little girls are a little bit more tougher than others. They possess a different outcome and outlook, and but that lady, she kept it 100, but everybody else lied to my face. No, we didn't think you were gonna be gay. Yes, you did, and it's okay. It's okay that you thought that. Because coming from where we come from, the gender dynamics, I didn't possess those. Most little girls like skirts and dolls and dresses and little play high heels. I was too busy trying to figure out the fascination of my mama's tattoo. I can care less about the shoes she had on. What's this tattoo you got? I want one too. Let me go draw myself. I wasn't playing in my mama's heels. I wasn't playing dress up. I was playing, give me a pen and paper, let me draw this tattoo real quick. Cause I want it. I just wasn't your average normal little girl. Which is why if I ever have a daughter, she comes out the same way I did, I'm not gonna automatically assume she gonna be gay.
And I think that comes with, the way times have changed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you brought up your grandma, I unfortunately didn't get to meet her, but I don't know, like when she was growing up, and those times where
She native. Her mother was full-blooded Native American.
But like they, even if they felt like the rough and tough, they still had to put on dresses and stockings.
My grandma
and all
wasn't
that.
allowed to cut her hair off. She got a beating because she cut her hair off. Back in the day, girls' hair was supposed to be long. And when my grandmother cut her hair off, her long, pretty little hair, her mama beat the snot out of her. Because that was a valid disrespect. Because she was supposed to keep it, mainly because we're Native American. You ain't really supposed to cut your hair anyway as a Native American. If my great grandma was alive, I probably would have got beat too because I didn't cut mine off.
Yeah, like that reminds me of so my grandfather, I've had this, like, because I have 3 piercings, but I had this one piercing, and my grandfather paid for the top one over here and this one over here. And when I told my uncle Junior about it, he was like, "What? He paid for your ear piercing? You know he tried to beat me when I said I wanted to get my ear pierced and da da da." I was like,
times have changed.
Times have changed, man.
Well, I think it's just that.
I think it was also that that's my grandson.
Yeah, but I think that just those settings, those male settings, female settings, the dynamics start to change within those settings. So the mixing, the commingling of the groups have helped develop safe spaces, development. Now there are some crosses that I'm not a big fan of that y'all been doing lately. My brother was just talking about it. You young men would wearing these bonnets.
Trying to tell me I can't get a bonnet?
At least wear a solid bonnet. I can't judge you for wearing it. But don't unless but you wear a blue bonnet, a black bonnet, a solid color bonnet. Y'all coming out here with these cheetah print bonnets on, stealing them all from me. I want a cheetah print bonnet. Can't even find one because it's on your head. What about me?
They're taking the purses from y'all too, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
You know what? They wore purses back in the day too, so.
Yeah, well, the whole high heels were designed for males in, the 16th century anyway.
The booty shorts, the crop tops, that was the men's stuff. That wasn't even us wearing that at first.
It's funny how...
And the booty shorts came from basketball.
How, back in like the 1600s or whatever, like the men was wearing all the makeup.
They were wearing wigs,
and
the heels, the stockings, the boots. They had the fur on them too. No, just let me stop. But now, as time evolved, that's why I say I can't really, because I said my brother, I can't really judge young men for wearing the bonnets because it do help protect your hair. It do. But this is where in the industry things get misconstrued because why don't y'all have the type of correct hair garments for men? Why? Because they shouldn't have to feel like they gotta go get a bonnet to protect their hair, whether it's long, beautiful locks or just long hair. They should feel comfortable to wear their. Now they do got the lock bandanas now. They do got those. But what about the men with they gotta get their hair wrapped at night because it's long. Where's their protective bonnet at?
All right, can we get some camo bonnets?
Yeah, where are they protective
some
bonnets?
Blue rag, red rag, green rag, black
because I feel
bonnets?
like they deserve some regular, we ain't gotta call them bonnets. We can call them donnets.
Some bonnets with some blunts and 40s on.
No,
I'm taking it too far.
We're taking it way too far. We can call them donnets, dude bonnets.
Dude bonnets.
Don't steal that, or you're getting sued. I trademarked it already. But by the time you seen it, was trademarked. But no. Oh, and before we close out the show, I do want to say some some good news. You know, I'm gonna probably bring this up until I get it completed. I wrote a children's book. It is going through the process of illustration. I'm currently looking for a legit editor to help me through the editing process. If not, I'll go through this website and let it do all the editing for me. But my illustrator is currently working on the pages by pages. He's been knocking out some pages, doing an awesome job, I might add. Braxton Parker. I don't know why I just said that out loud.
What, his name?
Yeah. I said that like the way I said it. It's not what I said. It's what the heck is that? Did I say his last name right? Or did I get him mixed up with the other Braxton?
Well, at least she ain't getting messed up with Braxton P. Hartnberry. Bubba.
No, I called him the right name. Did I say Parker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I called him the right name. I don't know why my brain, because I do know another Braxton, and I be getting them mixed up. Braxton Quincy and Braxton Parker. They don't look nothing alike either. The last names be tripping me up. But yeah, Parker. I don't know why I said his name like that. That was hella loud. But Braxton Parker is my illustrator. And I will put his social down here somewhere or in the comment section. Not comment, but the description section, in case you guys are wanting to get some illustration work done for some books or just get some cartoon work done. He's amazing. He is awesome. If you guys were on my main channel, the Real Talk with Tay channel, if you go look at some of the videos I've dropped, you'll see like a cartoon figure of me. He did that. And right now he is killing this illustration for this book. He's bringing my vision to life, and I can't thank him enough. I can't wait to see this book finished and put together, and to see his name as the illustrator in my book. I cannot wait to see that, because he's going to get his credit for the work he's done. And I can't wait for you guys to get the chance to read it, to, if you got kids or if you just like children's books, stuff like that. It's just, it's a great time. It's awesome time. So be on the lookout for that as time will tell when it comes out. It may come out sometime next year. But I'm gonna keep bringing it up. And maybe next time we might pull a topic out of the We Over Me book and talk about that. And I might read a page or a section from the book, and then we might discuss it just cause. But
and also, you guys, don't be scared to throw topics at us that you might want us to talk about.
Yeah. And I know we didn't thank y'all before we got into the topic of discussion, so I do want to thank you guys for sticking around and watching as much as you guys have. We really gladly appreciate all the love that you guys have shown on the shorts, the long form, or whatever it is that you come around for. But like he said, don't be afraid. Drop your comments in the comment section. That's what it is there for. So we can know what you want to hear us talk about, or so we can address concerns that you may have on the show. Because you never know, we might read a question in the show and address it then. But yeah. Anything else?
No.
Well, before we close it out, because I know we probably held y'all for a good hour and some change. I really, once again, want to say thank you for guys for tuning in. We do appreciate you guys for letting us borrow your ears as long as we have. It's been a great roller coaster ride. We hope to continue to stay on this good old roller coaster. In the meantime, in between time, I have been your host, Tay Nicole.
I'm your co-host, Pac Manley.
And together we are
WitChaOlAsxPodcast.
Not playing.
She's just doing something just totally different. Deuces. All right.
Would they be when they yeah, that's what it is. When they be doing the gang stuff and somebody be in the background doing it.
Oh. Why you put the peace sign up? Like that one video with the dude in the back.
Yeah. That was too funny.
All right. Where's my manager? I need makeup.